Welcome to this episode of the Smart Leaders Sell podcast. I'm Jessica Lorimer, sales coach and leadership expert, and I am really excited to dig down into today's episode. We are here for the first of these mini Wednesday episodes, and I couldn't be more excited. So the way that these are going to work is they're just going to be a super quick, super helpful top tip to get you through the rest of the week. Because as we all know, Wednesday is hump day, and sometimes we just need a little bit of extra motivation to get us through and give that push right through until Friday. So like I say, every week I will be sharing a super quick top tip that you can use to sell more or to help you move forward in your business or to help build a better business overall. So this week, given that we are coming up to the festive season, we are talking competitions. They are something that hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of around the internet and that maybe some of you are even entering. And as part of it, if you listen right through to the end, I'm launching the very first Smart Leaders Sell podcast competition. We're talking rate and review, baby. So I'm very, very excited about this, but let's get into the nitty gritty before we talk all things competition and how you can win an awesome, awesome prize in January. So what do competitions actually do for our business? Well, to be honest, people don't really, they don't think about the potential that competitions have. And so they're this very underrated and underused tool, I think, for online businesses. And it's funny because for me, I see an awful lot of brick and mortar businesses running them and running them really successfully. But in the online space, people don't always use competitions to their full advantage. And I think it's because ultimately, people struggle to think about what competitions will actually do for their business. We sometimes can see it as like oh, well, you know, if I run a competition, then I'm just going to end up giving something away or paying somebody for a prize. And we don't think about the underlying benefits. And so that's what I want to share with you today in these short 8 minutes that we now have together. These mini episodes are going to be so challenging for me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't talk that much. So the first thing that a competition can do for your business, outside of you having to give away prizes or having to give away cash, are that you can gain virality. No, not virility. That is something that's very, very different and possibly not what you're looking for on a Wednesday morning. So you can have this big opportunity to go viral or to impact as many people in a super short space of time. Because the great thing about running a competition is that people love getting involved. Inherently, humans are competitive, and so we actually really enjoy getting involved with competitions. We enjoy the adrenaline rush of thinking that we might win or worrying that we won't. And so actually, people do an awful lot for the chance to win something, as long as the prize is actually good. I mean, if you're offering, like, I don't know, a used bottle of nail varnish, people are probably not going to be jumping on your competition. Okay, let's be clear about this. But if you are offering the first ride in a brand new spaceship, I think you'll find that people will get on board with that, and it'll be something that is shared across the internet multiple times, even if people aren't entering, just because it's something that's different, it's something that's interesting. Okay, so virality can happen if you arrange a competition, and it is going to be dependent on prizes, and obviously not everybody is Richard Branson and can therefore offer the first spaceship ride. But there are going to be things within your niche that people really want, that they're really interested in, and that they actually want to win. So the next thing that obviously a competition is really good at helping with is increasing your followers. Because obviously once you start to have people share your stuff around the internet, guess what? More people like them see it and they go, oh wow, that's really cool. I'm going to go follow that person. I'm going to go follow that company. And so a free competition can help you increase your audience at the same time. Now, again, this does all rely on being ethical about the way that you're doing things and making sure that you are looking after your audience in the right way, and that you're going about this credibly, because obviously what you don't want to do is advertise a competition and, you know, make a bit of a fib and say, yes, I am going to give the winner a spaceship, and then obviously you can't actually fulfill that. That then becomes awkward, and you end up gaining quite a few followers, but you then end up losing them very, very quickly. So when you're thinking about increasing your followers, start thinking about, you know, what's going to be the best way for them to learn from me after this competition. And is it that, you know, we run the competition and then we hammer them with sales emails and increase your unsubscribes? Or is it that you increase your followers and then you put together a great little email sequence? If you've listened to this week's episode on email marketing, you know what I'm talking about. But, you know, you put together this great email sequence, and then you start to find that those people become loyal followers and massive buyers over time. If you can, avoid the giveaway model, because that's one of those things that's slightly different, unfortunately. And when we talk about giveaways, they're not always talked about, unfortunately, in the most positive of ways, because what you end up having is multiple people contributing towards a giveaway. You know, you can end up with 20 or 30 people all getting these people on their email list and then just hammering them with sales emails like the day after the giveaway finishes, and that's not popular. So if you're going to do a competition, try and only use what you have, rather than amalgamating tons of other prizes into the mix and tons of other people, because otherwise you are going to find that your audience gets an absolute battering in their inboxes. And then the final thing that competitions actually do really well is this idea of leveraging organic marketing. Now, I have a sneak preview on this, because the amazing Jay Bayer is on the podcast in January. His episode is coming out on Friday the 4th of January. I couldn't be more excited. I've memorized the date already so that I can go back and listen. And one of the things that he talks about is this idea of organic marketing being something that everybody should be leveraging, and word of mouth being one of the best sources of traffic in your business. Now, he has a great phrase. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's gonna come out on the 4th of Jan, but he talks about talk triggers in your business, and like competitions can become amazing talk triggers, because you are leveraging organic marketing. You're asking your audience to do something for you, and then you are going to pick a winner and do something for them. And that means that more people are inclined to share it. It means that more people are inclined to talk about it. And that's something that's super exciting. Okay, so here we are with, officially on the countdown, 2 minutes to go. And I'm going to start talking to you about the first ever Smart Leaders Sell podcast competition. Woo woo! So in the briefest 2 minutes of my podcasting career so far, we've decided to launch a Smart Leaders Sell competition, because it is Christmas, obviously, and New Year, obviously. And I get very excited about these things. And this year I'm actually away. I'm not going to be able to spend it in my community. Normally I would be running a challenge, or I would be doing some kind of free series. And this year, you know, Sam is home, so I'm taking the month of December off. We're going to go and do some exciting stuff. And so I can't be running those kinds of things, because I can't run them live. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, what can I do? And I figured a competition to win an awesome prize in the new year would be the best thing that I could possibly run. So the competition, we're calling it Rate and Review, and you guys can absolutely guess what that means. What we're asking you to do is write a review for the podcast. So if you head over to itunes.com, you can leave a little review for the Smart Leaders Sell podcast. And, you know, A, we're doing this because we want to run a competition. B, I'm doing this because I would also like some feedback on the show and how we're getting on and whether or not you're enjoying it. And C, because I want to give away an awesome prize in 2019. So all you have to do to enter is go ahead and write a review of the Smart Leaders Sell podcast. Tell us what you're really thinking, unless it's a 1-star, probably don't then. Joking, sort of. But you leave us a little review, and then in January I will be picking a number at random, and we will be giving that review an awesome prize in January. So what is the prize, you might ask? That is a very, very good question. Well, given that we like to over deliver here, I'm putting together a New Year's bundle, a 2019 bundle for the winner. So that will comprise of some business building resources. It will comprise of something that I have never offered before in terms of something that is free, that you will be able to use and get some special time with me, eyes on your business, helping you to build it, and some of my favorite business building resources as well. So without sounding too cryptic, it could include Amazon vouchers, it could include books being sent to you, it could include some one-on-one time with me, it could include your face on my podcast, or your mouth, I guess, on my podcast. There are lots and lots of things that are coming up in this bundle. So I'm not going to spoil the surprise totally, but all you have to do is leave a review on iTunes. Let us know how we're getting on. And even if you have left a review before, you can still go. You can re-review us. And in the new year, I will be picking the winner in week 3 of January. So week 3 of January, make sure that you are listening to the podcast, because we will be announcing it on the podcast in the show notes. All right, my loves, this has been the first 10-minute episode for Smart Leader Sell podcast. We're going to be back every single Wednesday with top tip, top trick, top technique that you can use to build your business and skyrocket your sales. I'll see you in the next episode.